going on today, chat?
The leaderboard. Now, moving on to the back half of our series, can Bleed Esports keep that momentum going?
Maybe. Honestly, Zephyr, as a weatherman, what would you predict Bleed end up doing?
Well, I'll tell you what, when we look at Storm Point, especially with the clarity that we've seen with this map now coming into a period of sunshine and galore, Bleed are going to take advantage of that from the edge and likely keep themselves consistent as they work their way through the nice weather here. The rest of these teams, though, it storms ahead because even if first feels like it is a doozy to potentially find yourself, it is still a potential to work your way into second, third, or fourth as we make our way through, well, technically, the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, these are our last 3 games, the last opportunity to put points on the board. Because we are transitioning maps, I do want to take a look at our drop spots for this map, as Storm Point does play out vastly differently to World's Edge, and a lot of the high priority spots like we saw yesterday, Pylon taken really early, Mill taken early, Down Beast really good. I didn't really see nearly as much priority during the regular ALGS season put on Coastal Camp, but Bleed have really made it work, Tiff.
Yeah, at that point, I think it just gave them, you think about the endings that we saw. We had a Cito ending, we had a Cenote Cave. If they're playing hard edge and they're enjoying taking those fights towards the end, just even with that 17 elim game from that rotation from Coastal up to Cito in game number 6 yesterday, I think that they're doing everything right. It's an easy POI to loot up and just get on the move.
And they've certainly been doing that. I want to remind everyone of the scores going into these last 3 matches as well, because they will be pivotal to keep on your mind. You're going to hear lots of caster math on the desk as we try and figure out who is ending where. But as of now, with only 3 games remaining, it is Bleed, Yup, 5-Star, and Luminosity that are in position to walk away with at least some money. Everyone else, were we to stop the games now, would be going home empty-handed. So for teams like Elevate, Purple Slushy, Pioneers, TSM, Phoenix, and Native, the pressure is really on them, who are so close to prizing, and yet it feels like Zephyr so far.
It's a tough spot. Something I will be kind of trying to highlight as we make our way through is the fact that it is still prizing as you go down. Yup have made a statement for themselves today and are likely to continue doing so, especially starting out on Cascades and Storm Point, which should keep them consistent in any endgame. But ultimately, it's a toss-up. Luminosity, they themselves have been relatively invisible when we talk about the general pace of these last 3 games. And if they keep that up, I mean, 4th place is easily up for grabs.
I mean, in our first 3 games, Luminosity have gotten 2 points. Not even 1 point per game have they been averaging, at least during today's
I am back,
rounds.
chat.
And that is a sharp contrast to yesterday. I want to shout out again, I've called him out earlier, but Bin on Phoenix is still slaying, still has the most damage in the lobby, even with the team in 9th place, Tiff.
I mean, look, you say 9th place, I just see 9 points out of a 3-way tie between 4th through 6th teams. So they're not too far off from potentially placing in that $10,000 prize pool. Of course, we talked about that large majority, half of it going towards 1st place, that Bleed has really stapled themselves into. We've already talked about Luminosity. This is the big wake-up call for them moving into Storm Point. And 5-Star and Yup, they made moves over in World's Edge to get them into contingency to place in the cash. But we've asked, can they keep moving forward onto Storm Point and do the same?
And I do wonder, I mean, Storm Point does play out really differently, Zephyr, and especially with the amount of different POIs and how even they will change how an end game plays out, it's really hard to predict who's going to do well until you know where the zones are going to go.
Now, yesterday's Storm Point started off fairly chaotic with some highlights regarding teams getting eliminated very quickly in our Game 4, down to what was, I think, 6 squads remaining going into our Round 4. And the thing I'm most curious about in regards to what you've brought up, Dee, is how do teams set themselves up knowing that there is pressure on the line? This is where we do tend to see things change. And Storm Point, in the way that it is formatted, can allow for that pace of aggression, can allow for teams to start getting a little bit more crafty and start looking for the extra KP or potentially points wherever they may find them to set themselves up on the leaderboard. And that can change the entire set of game plan that teams understand and know, at least from what they've learned yesterday.
Now, real quick conversation about this as well. Yesterday, Purple Slushy actually had started off pretty well on Storm Pit, and I believe they managed to get the first win once we transitioned maps. Purple Slushy are an interesting team in this tournament because they, Tiff, unlike really many other teams, have managed to place in the top 6, but with kills that would otherwise have them playing out of like 12th or 13th.
Yeah, that's exactly the story of their day number 1. Day number 2, a little bit different for them, right? They've kind of finished in 9th with 0 eliminations, a 20 place with 0 eliminations. So even that, I want to see a return.
That's all.
Yeah.
You fucking slam that team on those pills, though.
Yeah.
Earnings today.
Yeah, very curious about how this will go, and there is only one way to find out really who's going to take the cake, and that is to jump headfirst into our last 3 games on Stormpoint. So for that, I'm going to hand this one over to Tiff and Zephyr.
Can you believe it? We are finally, Zephyr, 3 games to go before we start throwing out $10,000 cash here. Now, yesterday, we went out to the Devastated Coast. We saw Cenote. We even had Ceto. So I don't know where we're going to go. Hopefully, maybe towards a Down Beast or North Pad ending to kind of shake some things up. And teams like Doom and such would really love to see something go towards the north.
It's tough if we want to talk about math on the board here, especially for those trying to highlight themselves into a top 4 position. It's very doable within these 3 games for practically almost everybody. Kind of at that 20-ish point range for the lowest on the board, top 4 being around the 64-point range. That is a 40-point spread that can be achieved within those 3 games, but ultimately the bar raises. So I expect to see top 4 being around the 80-point. If that's the case, I'm looking more towards about a 12th cutoff right now. So teams like Furia, Doom, Falcons, Phoenix, TSM, all still in that, we'll say, discussion for potential prizing.
Well, if you're going to talk about Furia being in 12th, you just have to think back as we get that lobby reset. At the start of the day, too, Furia was in last place, you know? They had everything to gain at this point, just starting from the bottom, working their way up. So if we're already putting 40 points on the board and you're saying that is the potential cutoff to be able to get into the top 4 position, it is going to be stacked against them, but they've already performed exceptionally well. We haven't seen them net anything crazy just yet in terms of a massive win that would be a boon to their scoreline, but one good game out of these Stormpoint endings that we saw from Yup earlier today is very real possibility to put them in the top 4.
Yeah, I mean, just do the math. Sitting there at a 25-point ending for any one of these teams is putting them competitive in the mid-60s, and that's where 4th is right now. After one good game for any one of our teams, all the way down to even 14th, I'd say, something like that is an easy switch up there. It's the question of whether you can stay consistent, and that's been the problem for so many of those teams that are kind of middle of the board for us right now. They've had their shining moments, they've had their one-off game, but it's the timing of that in which we have these 3 games where it can't just be the one-off. It needs to be defensive. It's a defensive point scoring. You have to obtain that spot and then retain it.
Yeah, I mean, I just think about Yup. To get to that 73-point total and be in 2nd place on day number 2, it didn't start out anything spectacular. They had 10th and an 18th place with 0 eliminations. It's the real central portion of our series that kicked off with that initial win in game number 3 yesterday. Of course, only 3 eliminations, but it only got better from there. To boot, I mean, they got that 1st place 13 elim game here to kick things off today. And when you think about going into Stormpoint and what you want to see if teams do that, I'm looking for teams like Purple Slushy. That's where they started to turn things around. They got that initial win. They had another top 3 finish. And if they want to jump back into the top 4 where they were, this is how they do it.
7 with 3rd, 9 with 0, and 20 with 0 for Purple Slushy thus far. They are one of the few teams that does highlight their success explicitly on Stormpoint. They had some 0 donuts as well on World's Edge just yesterday, so it's no surprise there. This might be the point in which they do come alive. For teams like, though, Luminosity and even, I would say, E8, it's not a highlight for them. This map has been something that has been an issue for them in the past, or more specifically, at least for Luminosity, notably coming out of yesterday with 20th, 13th, and 7th, respectively. They do put up a chunk of points in their KP, and that's kind of maybe the difference we'll be looking for, right? If it's not the placement, the map at least allows for fighting that keeps you somewhat above the rest, right? I mean, points are points, end of the day. If you're still putting up double digits, even in KP alone, I mean, that's a win in my book.
Yeah, it really is, and I was kind of trying to think of where Purple Slushy in general is starting here on Stormpoint. They're having Trident with D-Gap in North Pad, but for Luminosity that really didn't have that stellar Stormpoint performance that we were looking for based off their initial World's Edge yesterday. They're hailing from Stormcatcher, and I don't feel like rotating out of there would have been bad for them, especially Devastated Coast, right? And even going over to Cedo. So something was going amiss there yesterday that I would like to see them correct here on Storm Point today, as well as the Falcons. Of course, they've got Mill. Doom's got Downbeat. Some really stellar performances there from those POIs. However, we do have to reset that. I saw that circle initially going central, and I was like, maybe a little central north, maybe something different. I don't know. Why do I want to go north all the time? Maybe a wall ending.
It's cold, it's chillier, and it's something that gives these teams just a inkling of a chance to top themselves on the board here. Finally, though, I know it's a bit of a wait. We had to get the lobbies set back up. Let's hop into, of course, our game 4 of the day. And technically, what is that? Game 10 of the entire series.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay,
there
there's
you
that
go.
caster Matt Dio was talking about coming through. Okay.
Where are we going?
Just-
On the scoreboard.
All right, we're
Nah,
going
hear me
Devastated
out. We
Coast.
just had to restart to get a southern zone. So for teams like Complexity in Launchpad, this was what.
You have my permission.
Thank you.
Launch pad area, a bit more centralized there. There is always the chance for it to pull towards the opening outside of Coastal Camp. Always one of those investments as well. For most of these teams, doesn't matter too much. You've got to scan over towards the launch pad area. That'll be a big one for teams there. Notably one in Jurassic Park for your entry on that side as well. So some big information for teams to spell out, but ultimately a very tough zone to play. We do still host a lot of that Echo HQ area, so we have to pay our respects to the potential at any given point there. But, I mean, the game's basically begging for a bleed win tonight.
It really is, honestly. I was also thinking about Yup in general. Sure, they've got Cascade Falls as their starting point, but they've pulled a lot of zones on top of them.
Shuby and the boys are gonna be cleaning up some of those spiders. Verholz is gonna be sliding.
I'm grabbing this juice here.
No, Born. You hear me?
Edge here and potentially one a bit further if they want to invest in the Evo towards Echo. Notably, I don't think they have that scan. I know we've got a bit of an early inkling with our maps set up there, so they won't know
Damn, this shit's
exactly
glitching as
that it is
fuck,
hosting
dude.
itself more directly on their
Our
position.
shit's
But
kind of
even if
fire,
they do set up
but
in Echo
their
HQ,
audio isn't
it's not
glitching,
bad,
but their visuals
right?
are
I mean,
glitching.
it's a tougher rotate back into it, but it's not one that Bleed aren't accustomed to and can't fight their way through like we've seen all of today.
Oh, very true. Already running into a bit of an issue here as you see that pressure coming out of the Echo HQ area. We do know that Native Gaming is the team that lands in this vicinity, Oblivion over at Devastated Coast, and this is that access to the Ring console, right? We knew they already had it, but the fact that we're still getting the Evo cache from Echo is quite nice also. Hopefully, we can hit that Ring console scan without too much of a threat from Native before we rotate on it.
Would be terrifying would be if they take this fight against Native. Early purples so, well, almost immediate for them. For Elevate, a team that's been looking to catch up what feels like almost all day long, already with double knocks down there. Falcons pieced apart. We'll see if they can maybe suss out what is Waltzy here. And the waters ahead, definitely far and away from the initial fight, but potentially making their way up this hill here could pay at least certain regards. I think he's okay.
He'll be fine. All right. Well, we'll jump on with Cloud9,
Oh,
who have made
nope.
that early rotation into the pylon-esque style area. Now, it's not.
Did you grab that juice?
I'm gonna go grab the juice. I'm going for it, yeah.
We have a care pack. A team's going towards that care pack. Do you want to stop
Look
them on
how
it?
split they are. Look how split they are. Yeah, we could potentially stop them.
Jen, we could get to the top of the hill right here. Come to me. Come to me. I can look down on them.
I can move if he's on the gear package.
No, not there yet.
So moving.
I don't see him in the choke.
Oh my god.
There.
Above me. Duff on me, duff on me.
Yeah, I can't help you.
Smoked you right. I smoked you right.
Huge.
I didn't mean to fucking slide there, man. That's
I have a good angle up here.
realized Phony was subbing in for Most Hated, and Cloud9 has put themselves into Pylon in a position that
Bullet
Phony
goes
has
down.
notably played from. So be curious to see if they make a play for that. But Purple Slushy, we hyped them up on their Storm Point performances and already running into some issues here. Thanks to that Newcastle, we can get Bullet back on their feet and start on the regain. Nades coming through, so we're starting to see those eliminations straight onto KCP.
I think it's hilarious. Is it really considered a regain if you're not even the ones pushing the pace there? Your nades from above, the damage coming out while you're making the heals. It's an easy fight for Purple Slushy. Now in control of this entire height sight line. They can maybe make their way up to Stormcatcher if they need to
KCP
scans
just
late,
goofed
but
I mean,
still have
Chen.
really, really nice rotation potential.
Why?
here.
I don't know
Luminosity,
why
though,
they. Why
that was
they
our
play
question
like
a bit
that.
earlier. Where have they gone? Now deep in the devastated coast, chasing things out here. This is returns for this team. They need KP potentially more than they have had all day long.
Well, so do the Stallions here with 34 points on the board. You were hyping up a
Okay.
40-point score line to come through, but LG down and out, ready for the fight here. To the window we go. Not even going to allow them to get that Newcastle wall up before taking some early shots, and then Funk diving down to
the wall.
fence him on in.
Dang. Trying to sneak up on Sykes from the other angle is one that pays for Stallions. Ends back to the stables here as Luminosity. This is their best performance of all day, and given the fact that it is Storm Point, a large map, one that is usually in its exclusion, this 3v3 goes unpunished. Sykes is more than happy to get full resets, and for Lumin,
Yeah, LG feeling good.
the
after
scoreboard
one.
that I was looking for.
100%, but for TSM, you know, they kicked things off. They had a win on Storm Point with 13 eliminations yesterday. We'd love to see them kind of find that success here, but we had questions, right? We've seen so much Newcastle, Valk, Catalyst gameplay, but for TSM, who don't lock that in, they run against a different pace. They're still electing to use Fuse, and you even called question about it. You were like, is it working? And I was like, it did only in that moment, but honestly, it was their positioning that paid dividends.
Yeah, I mean, but we've already kind of discussed this. It's something that will adapt and change with this
100%.
roster as they adjust to the meta. You know, sticking to your guns, especially when it's on the 10K, I do get it. I can't wait to see what this team as they kind of get through this rough patch that they're currently within, because they're very capable. I mean, they've shown that time and time out. Either way, TSM with the scan coming through, understand that they're fairly clear. There's just about nobody in their way for this rotation, catering towards an even more southern position. I do want to highlight that that zone does bounce its way over. It's good bets by most of these rosters. Echo HQ, the place that teams will have to call home for this finish.
I love Furia's positioning here. Just playing on the outskirts here, and notably this is where they liked.
No, I don't. I
He
look
did,
use.
he,
Going
did,
for the gank
he
camp.
did use his Newcastle Q.
Pick one.
Hunterbanger!
Oh!
Damn
I
it,
saw
dude.
that.
Oh, I double Hunterbanged them, but I. Oh,
Holy
man.
That's fine,
fucking
we're
nade.
draining their meds.
My Burning one, bathroom back.
Things got perf running up.
Yeah, they have her. Good looking for this fight.
Right here.
We have boots. They're gonna stall. They're gonna stall us. They're wrapping our back.
Yeah, we can just get ahead of them. Get ahead of this.
Wanna go through the pylon?
Yeah.
Go far low.
Purple Slushy gets eliminated. Sweet Dreams and LG gets eliminated.
As I was about LG's performance.
Top 15 already.
Hey guys, they're figuring it out. It's a perfect setup for them, and one that will now, at least, like I said, help them continue to build this, at least, discussion on Edge. Remember, TSM really not out of the picture in this tournament. It has been very lackluster. It hasn't been one that you would write home about for this team and, I mean, be bursting with articles of, but it's still one that, at least for now, keeps him in the conversation for prizing. This game is definitely probably the biggest one that we'll have to watch, because ultimately it is a more open game. We're talking about a round 2 closing, 15 squads left alive, and now something even more important dropped. picked apart here randomly. That puts Bleed as a duo. This could be even more of a catch-up game than I was alluding to.
Oh, well, the frag nade's opening the door for them, and, well, Bleed wants to answer back with a bit of their own, also trying to close off the push, and hammer points do the work, but not when someone hits the flank, and Most Hated pick up yet another piece of Bleedy's
crazy.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
I
be
guess
going
we
up a
gotta-
hill.
Those teams, we highlight we highlight the ones below. This is your opportunity to finally have a vying chance at that leaderboard. Now Knocked is still alive, and granted, that's the terrifying thing when you do have these rat potential plays. Just because they are not dead doesn't mean that the points will not build. Bleed set themselves up so well in this Echo HQ area that, I mean, you could still manage your way into some placements if you navigate appropriately. But, I mean, that is a preferential position underneath. Teams will fight for it the minute they realize that it really isn't held by anybody.
All right, well, for now, you can see Elevate able to get that ring console scan, know that next information, and it's likely that if you've played from the Echo HQ side of things, you will be paid in rewards. For Doom, starting out in down B, still trying to make their way on over, have found themselves to the outskirts of Coastal.
Well, at least for now, we get to take a look at the teams, the ones with information and the ones without. Yup, Furia, Doom here, all in a poor position that they now have to adjust to. Large Embers of Phoenix, I like this. Their investment towards both zones pays dividends,
This is gonna
right?
be
This is a
fucked.
team that understands that they might not know, but with setup in Iworth and Arden.
Yeah, they crap.
Okay. We can get in the pylon and fight for the tree then.
You wanna go now? So just start working forward?
Yeah, we'd have to get in the pylon, yeah. This team's looking.
Yeah, that's still up there. Come across. Down there. That massive. Open.
I'm hitting these pills, yeah, I'm hitting these pills on the left.
They should UAV. They might know that the ISO there. I think it's coming.
Make sure we're together, I'm trying to get to you.
I'll look this real quick.
Need hammies if there's there.
Hammers.
I'll
I'll pick
take
them
them.
up. I'll pick them up.
Okay.
I'll drop them in here. Are they still in height?
I don't see him looking
Believe
down.
so?
Yeah, I hear them on the side.
Okay.
They're like
You can
kinda
grab
like
the...
UAV height, I
How
think.
far off perp are you? How far off?
66.
30.
A second.
They probably want to play from the left side now.
Yes, yes, yes.
You go across now?
Well, we can just run inside and go to the left.
Hey, yeah. Go across and
I'll come back to you.
Above us on, I think, the respawn.
They're gonna look to zip line to the tree, like, and then EMP backwards.
I have so many nades. We should focus on our nades.
They're running outside this way. They're all running.
Yeah, I see
Whole
them.
team.
Wait,
Yes,
can
they're
you
getting
back
angled.
them?
We-
You shoot from the back?
This team from the tree, hang on, this team doesn't know we're here. We might be able to go right.
Okay, I'm coming.
Okay.
That's actually a good call. Good call from Onmu.
We can play small. We can play small. If we work up to this, we can play small.
Yep. They're zip lining right.
Zip line, zip line.
Cut them off on the zip right now.
Taking a shot too. Trying to give you a wall, trying to get a wall, trying to get a wall. Maybe turn and burn, turn and burn, turn and burn, turn and burn. You got something.
Bang ulting that.
Yep, I'm batting here. Nade bad, bad nade, bad nade.
They won't let me smoke. They won't let me smoke.
84, 84 on the wall.
If I smoke up too, I smoke up.
I think we go up.
Here we smoke. Yes.
Thing.
I'm with. To the left, push left.
Go up.
They're on the wall, they're on the wall.
I'm trying to swing left.
Cat crack, 100.
Bang weak, bang one, dead.
Push left, push left. They're rezzing.
Yep, going.
My thermite.
Good knocks. They gotta trade that out.
Kill. Don't die.
Trying to bat. I'm playing my life, playing my life.
Nice.
Batting. Nice.
Swap. Yeah, there's a duo.
Batting.
When do you have to
Good
look
kills.
at res?
It looks
Look
like
and then res.
Shuby's
You're good.
team
We're fine right now. On team.
gets wiped there and all that commotion. Fantastic shots from
Yeah, they did.
Tripods.
I'm popping back
Sorry,
it.
KCP.
Zone, they're gonna push these guys?
Like, there's nobody under this building here.
Sorry, Cooper. You have to understand that
It's
there's
over
a
down the right.
delay on stream. Your messages just came through.
Shoot the gun in the back. Shoot the gun in the back.
Calm down.
No, come on, got enough. You gotta res. Get over here now.
Dressing D. Dressing D.
But
I'm
yo,
going, I'm going.
what's going on?
They're getting shot in the back too, I think. Yeah, they got shot in the back.
Top 9 now.
Out of your armor.
Look, see, doing what they need to do. You said they were at 40 points coming into this game, and they just have to keep moving on the up and up. And honestly, if they perform
Hashtag not the
crazy
best
in these
host.
6
Yeah,
games
obviously
and
not.
put themselves into a top 4
What?
finish based on their initial day 1, I gotta give it to them. That's crazy. They are
Also,
looking
there
like
is
the
literally a
Furio that
delay
I
on
would have
stream. You
predicted
need
to
to
win
calm
this.
yourself down.
There you
bro.
go. That's the statement. That's the highlight. Let's see if they can keep this one up here because, once again, I reiterate, not a very good cross for them and not a lot.
Oh, never mind. Don't take it.
Kimchi is listening to
landed.
music right
Back
now?
here.
Holy shit.
Hey, wait, they already got over? Oh, they about.
That's fucking crazy. Valk play comes out and they
On the
land.
door.
Oh, that's potentially such a shitty spot. Oh, they're gonna get EMP
Yep.
fucked.
Good wall.
That's not bad.
Turn if you can.
Pops up.
Oh,
I need
oh my god, those nades.
so many nades.
I'm safe here.
Sliding over. Team room is looking. Team room is looking.
Dude, KCP is getting absolutely fucked.
Fucking fuse team, man.
And what, so Deez is just gonna have
Shot
to...
by the exact same issues that they just saw in tail in front of them. But, I mean, when you get the full knocks, you get that. I mean, you're cutting apart these teams. You're securing what might be a nice and clean finish for you to keep moving forward here.
Golly.
Here, kill it, Zap, quick.
Is it team? Yeah, are they here? Jordan?
Evan's only on 500.
I'm just gonna arc it.
No, Mark, do not wait there.
On the right, slow it
On
up.
the thing.
I'm gonna smoke out, I think. I'm gonna smoke out. I'm looking at this.
Go, go. Push it, push, push, push.
Yeah, and they clean up Pioneers.
I just whipped so bad.
Yeah, I didn't hit that guy at all.
25 seconds, guys.
What? Is there a
kinda
cannon,
had
Jordan?
I don't know.
Is there a
We had to
cannon?
play for, like, we had to play for this, bro.
Top 8. TSM in a
Okay, we can
really
walk
good
through.
spot here, actually.
We kind of had to, like, play for under this corner somehow.
I like Loki. I Loki like where they're at. Oh
I got Kraber, I
shit!
got Kraber,
Evan
I got
gets
Kraber. I got
absolutely
Kraber, I can't.
one.
Alright, okay.
Can I just play here?
Ew.
Yeah, you
Reason
can
they're
switch
on
if you want.
blues.
I might be able to get free kills here with Hughes ult.
Furia is actually in the best spot. Furia is easily in the best spot.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for kills here,
There's a-
Keon.
there's a bang
There's
here.
a lot of teams that have to
Yeah,
in here.
I have to come to you guys. I have to come to you guys.
Walking towards us, but they're underneath.
Zipping on it, zipping on it, right, zipping on it, right, on it, right.
No, he dropped.
Left, left.
Honestly, I'm gonna take the height.
70 on the path, 70 on the path.
Make sure we're not getting pushed from across. Playing inside, playing inside, playing inside.
We're good, we're good, we're good.
There should
Alright,
be kills on lower after the bang ult.
I have to back.
there's-
I'm flash. Watch the left swing. Madness, help left. Watch left swing.
They are there. In my fuse ult.
I'm trying to dodge Bingle.
I'm gonna throw.
MH dead. Madness a bullet. Madness an absolute bullet.
They're not.
I don't see him.
One's 1 HP, one's 1 HP.
Why are they not just playing to height?
I didn't mean to. I'm coming back up. I'm fine.
Yep. Keon actually, that's actually not a bad play since he's on the Pathfinder. TSM dead, DGAP dead.
They're purple now, they're purple now. Can we just wipe underneath us?
Why? That's not a game-winning play.
But if we, I don't know.
Everyone's 3 up.
Can we wait? If we Kraber one across, you still have Kraber, right?
Yeah.
If we Kraber one,
No way he's about to
if we
Kraber
bow
one.
at the same time, we just kill him instantly.
That'd be kind of diabolical.
Wait, where's the team?
Underneath.
Right below me, on the wall here. It's really difficult to shoot that.
I have to kill an enemy. I could shoot him from my side.
Give him the Krabby Patty.
24 on one.
There's a whole 3-man. Some of
Give him the Krabby Patty.
Castle wall there.
Or you want to play for a wall? Like over here or something?
Oh yeah, on that rock. Is there a team there or no? That rock is so good.
Do it. Do it.
Oh, no.
That rock is so good with Newcastle wall. That rock is
I'm gonna
literally
shoot
so
this
good.
team is cat. This team's cat and they can wall up this side and then just walk through and shoot us. I'm gonna try covering one underneath. And if we can do something off it, then I think we should wipe it.
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay. I just wish I knew who the other team was. If we knew the other team, this would be easier.
I'm trying to get them to
Like on
peek.
this side of the wall.
I'm out of cell. I'm out of heals. I think we might have to just jump
Here,
forward.
come to me. I have so many shit.
Yeah, I think they might just farm us.
Get ready. I got
Guys, I think we might
Does
be
he not have
lower.
Newcastle
What
wall?
if we just ult the roof of this building and we take the roof of that building?
I'm down with Newcastle Slam.
Yes. Do you have your
Ready?
ult? Do you have your ult?
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. I can pull it. I can pull it whenever.
Yep.
Ready?
Yep. I'm ready.
Hit it.
Going. Taking him off, taking him off. Push him off, push him off.
One climb.
I don't make you after bad.
No, I insta-died, man. They played outside.
Holy shit. Madness and Keon go down immediately. It's Vax left.
Climbing left.
Fucking fed.
Oh, and they just get farmed, bro. They just get... Oh my god, Reed's his team... Like, they just moved into a great spot. Holy shit, Reed's team actually might have won.
I'm gonna be late, okay?
Mid there. Watch out, dead.
What's on me?
I'm coming. You guys have both inside. It's gonna be 2. It's one knock. Full knock. Alright, there's one knock. You stop everything.
This guy has no idea how to play Newcastle. Oh my god.
Ring around the rosy and
Holy
Oblivion.
shit.
Above all, take your first game of Storm Point.
Can you
Isn't
just
this
talk
their
about the
second
fact
win
that
of the
Reed's
day too?
just
An 18-point win in match number 2
disrespected
of the second day.
absolute
This
shit
is a
out of them? And
crazy day for them.
really?
This is a
Why don't we
phenomenal
go
turnaround
fine?
for the Oblivion roster. Remember, I was talking about that 40-point range. They're right on the cusp of it. If the point score is good enough, Tiff, that could be potentially
No way
a
he's that
chance
salty,
at
right?
fourth.
And if you're moving into the final 2 maps of a 12-game
No way
series,
Al just
when it
turned
all
your stream
comes
off. That's
down to the wire,
crazy.
this is where things are heating up, and I couldn't be more excited. Dia, get back in here. We have things to break down. We have stuff to discuss and money to be had and held out eventually. 2 more games.
Yeah, I mean, we are getting close to that time, and I, like you, Tiff, am very impressed at Oblivion's turnaround into today. 2 wins, no less, is a crazy feat for them to have pulled off.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, considering the difficulty of the lobby, our end games are much more packed considering to what we saw yesterday. Everyone seems to have been actually focusing on that end game, looking to get as many points as they
I
possibly
want to see
can.
a point
However, that
update.
first initial win that Oblivion
Won't lie.
had didn't have too many eliminations, and I'm hoping for more on this one.
I guess we'll get the chance to take a look back at it with our Steel Series moments. One of the things that I'm really looking forward to, I hope we get
Why
a
is
replay of it,
Wikipedia
Zephyr, is the
updating
fact
so
that I finally got to
slowly?
see Newcastle Wall push someone
Yes,
off of
it did. I literally was thinking about that as it came through there. Sends them off the height. And ultimately, while it really isn't anything that
The
gives
glitch
Fury
that
the fight,
exists
it's always
makes
a
it look
fun
like they're
little
hacking.
action. I'm a bit sad that we never saw that fight conclude a little bit earlier, because it would have changed this completely, because usually that height is in such a more dominant fashion, and the fact that we had that western building still available all the way up until the zone 6 of that game, I mean, it just made it practically impossible for Native or Fury to come out on top.
Yeah, I mean, very difficult, and that's the power of Oblivion's position. Let's take a look at their score from this last game, as now Oblivion, with the first game on Storm Point complete, managed to grab another win. Still not super high on the kills, but Tiff, I think this is an acceptable amount of kills.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely better than the first one, I think, just by 1. Regardless, 19 points comparison
Yeah,
to
the
an
fact that
18-point
Pioneers
game is
managed to get
really
Pioneers
solid.
is
So
a
we keep on moving
I will
forward.
say
It's
they are a
Elevate, though,
solid
that walk away
killing
with
team.
10 eliminations and
Like
ultimately tie
fighting
that
wise,
score
they
that
managed
Oblivion
to do
set down.
fairly
And
well
you have
most
to
of
think,
the time.
just a few moments before that end game, Elevate's on the low ground with Furia, Bax, 1 in the chamber.
TSM
looking
manages to
straight
stay
at
as
them.
consistent
To
as
walk
possible.
away with
TSM is
10
one of the most
eliminations in
consistent
second place, so that is
franchises
great.
in Apex Esports I think I've ever seen.
I mean, EA played them
insane.
fantastically. Unfortunately, not everyone could join them. Glaringly obvious here. Bleed. This ended really close to them. Bleed
Falcons
shoulda, woulda gotten a better
and
shot at it,
Stallions.
and the fact
Falcons,
that they
Stallions,
go
and
down
Purple Slushy
early
in the
does
bottom
make the
5 is
overall score
crazy.
all the more interesting, Zephyr.
Elevate sneaking up there, finally taking spots away.
Stallions at
Luminosity
18,
clings
most
on
hated
for
at
dear life
19,
after showing
complexity
just
at
a bit of a
20.
heartbeat in that last
Wow.
game. We do see some minor shifts there with Yup sliding down as a result as
Pioneers
well.
actually
The
move
big one,
up
even though
to
Oblivion
5th,
is coming
which
up
is
on the big
fantastic.
win there,
TSM moves
this
up to
is what I was
6th.
talking about with the shifting
Purple
scoreline.
Slushy,
We
it
have
looks
to
like they
talk about
fall
it's
to
gotta be
8th.
above 80
I actually don't know
for
where they
some
were
of these
before.
teams, even just trying to get into
I can't
4th
remember.
place. For Oblivion, as good as that win is, they
Bleed,
practically
97,
have to
E8,
replicate it just to be
83.
in a place surprising.
Okay, a little bit tighter. A little bit tighter at the top.
Twice. Like,
Yes.
That's how wild it is. It's, yeah, to win, I'm not gonna do that.
Tiff looks low-key stoned.
It's a high percentage of our games. I'm not doing math on stream. This is what's happening. But what I am gonna do is remind everybody at home before we get
Tiff
of the
looks a
amazing
little
stuff we've got
stoned.
going on over here at Steel Series, because we are not just letting our players win, we are letting you win at home to celebrate this tournament.
Come on,
The
Geno
Apex
Smith.
and everyone who's shown up today, Steel Series is giving away a prize pack containing some of their multi award-winning products. This prize pack will contain an Arc system, a
I'll go 15 and 20.
Apex Pro TKL keyboard with the fastest keyboards in the world.
Throw a
Flying mini
completion.
wireless mouse, and a QCK mouse pad for
Please.
an epic full setup. To enter the draw to win this prize kit, you're going to have to type in exclamation point giveaway in the chat, click on the link, follow the instructions, and make sure your Twitter DMs are open, because that's how we're contacting you at the end of the day. If you want more of the information on these amazing Steel Series products, you can type in exclamation point Nova, exclamation point Apex, or exclamation point Prime in the chat and follow the links. Remember, exclamation.
Yeah, definitely.
Wait, what the fuck? Let's get bullet on.
And to enter this giveaway, all you've got to do is type coin pack.
I don't know why we're watching a team that just very clearly is not in
You're going
it.
to want to have your Twitch whispers open, as that's how we're contacting our winners at the end of the day. The other thing is that if you do win one of these coin packs, and I hope you do, you're going to have to redeem it via the Origin or EA Games launcher. But if you're a Steam player, don't worry. Once you redeem within that launcher, you can launch your game on Steam, and you'll still have the coins associated with your account. So just be sure you've got that. If you have any questions, let us know. You can talk in the chat. But most importantly, coin pack in the chat in order to enter. If you subscribe to the Steel Series channel, you have 3 times more chance of winning, and you'll be contributing to our charity of the month. For this month, it is It Gets Better Charity, who are supporting LGBTQ youth around the globe. To learn more about them, type in exclamation point charity, and while you do all of that, Tiff and Zephyr are going to take you through.
Got on my mind after that, Dia, is coin packs. And now we need coin packs. So coin packs in the chat. I heard it like 15 times, so go get your coin packs.
I'm typing it.
Are you really? You should. Will you type it for me too?
I can't access your account, and that'd be silly if I could, but you know what? In my heart, I'm typing coin pack for you, even though I don't think you need it. I feel like you have enough Apex skins.
Don't judge me. You judged me yesterday, and now you're judging my. I will buy every single raid.
All right, none of that shit. The fuck? No contests. Second to last game. Fairly contested at the top of the leaderboard right now.
All right, finally, we've had so many games here on Stormpoint make their way to the southern side. This will be the first time that we actually get to see these teams, well, shake it up.
It's
There's a
not
reason why we've
far
seen the
left
highlights
enough
of
for
these
me to
rosters,
think
and
it's
the biggest
going to
one I'm
go
gonna be
pull
watching
left and
for
go
is
north
Bleed.
bad.
They've got arguably the furthest distance to cross when we talk about a zone like this.
Yeah, they really do. But for them, going from Coastal Camp up towards the north, it's going to be quite interesting. But you think about Purple Slushy over there at Trident. When you're sandwiched between
it's going to wall.
Yes, you've got a priority rotate, but you have to
It
be
might
ready.
go down
You
here
are
to
not
no
coming
name, but it
away
actually
with
might
really
pull straight
solid
up to
loot from
wall. But
Trident.
regardless, it's going to be a good
All right,
rotation
well,
for KCP.
There's
Albert Laley and the boys.
something.
TSM are just already in a
You get a weapon
fantastic
or two,
position.
maybe.
C9 is in a great
Hey,
position.
y'all, shout out to
Pluto
TSM.
Bullet and
This is gonna
Purple
be the
Slushy in
game.
a great
This is gonna be
position.
the turnaround for a roster like this right now. 6th place with 64. If you've been waiting all day, this is their chance to find.
I thought Buddy was about to go down to
Money.
fucking
Not all
spiders.
of them were a struggle bus. They had a win.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay. I'm not gonna do them dirty and name literally every single game, but it has been a climb. It has been a Sisyphusian task for them to put these points
Sure.
up on the board. I mean, for at
Well,
least
then
the last one.
channel their inner Miley Cyrus and keep on climbing.
Okay, all right. I hate this now. Doing away with the references for the time being. Elevate. They're a team that has made early rotate all the way towards these buildings, notably doomed to do the same. Tried it in their hands, they pull back, but ultimately might have to compete for it with, some action taking place here. The downed beast, Nick coming all the way back. This could be a good pinch.
I need it, right? We got the Trident rolling on up in the building, and Koi taking some shots out. They start to connect there, rips the shields off him. Gets a bit of punishment from that, but nothing too major. Just a quick little 8-second regain here while you see Zainu and Co holding those angles for them. Falcons elsewhere, likely on the run from them.
Chad asked for it, so we had to deliver. Here's how. We'll see if they can get involved.
What did Chad ask for?
Hal.
Of course. Where's Hal? Where are Falcons?
Where's
There they are.
TSM? Damn! Okay.
Yeah.
God, I hate
what
the Nemesis
fuck?
sometimes. Beams in, beaming, knocked with the initial. Gonna have to play for rebuy, but dropped, and the rest of the crew set up for an early response. This is what Bleed wanted last game, and this time around it looks way more clean.
Raven with real
Yeah,
shots.
especially if it's not going to be pulling towards Echo. You just go roam, take everything from them, and look for the...
I'm gonna run this. I'm gonna run this longbow for now too.
Big peeks here.
I actually need those. Can you bring them up?
Go get him. Go get him.
Like group placement. You can just look at those and you can tell if we're gonna grab.
Native eliminated early on.
Taz, it's totally fine. We're going to keep on moving. Bleed now gets a replicator. They get another Evo cache. They walk out. They've eclipsed triple digits at 100 points. And albeit, yes, they may have fallen a little bit more earlier than they would have liked on that first game of Stormpoint, but that return to form is nice.
All right, Cloud9, they've been a bit of participant of trying to fight their way into a lot of these zones here. Now in the wall ahead, it's one of the better positions we've gotten the chance to see from them. TSM on the exterior, they're playing for a more direct position into this zone. This is, like I said, the highlight, potentially the big return for this roster of a place where they actually might now finally be within our top 4. Granted, surviving in this open area can be a bit excruciating, especially...
Keep on my down left. Take down on my left.
You guys think about playing this? And those.
Don't pick him, maybe.
So what we're gonna do for it? You and Deeds are gonna Valcult. You'll see everything. Deeds is gonna land up here for Beacon. You can land there. Just make sure when you fly this way. Actually, maybe you don't Valcult because maybe you don't because this team comes in.
I can balloon.
This team might run up to us.
I think it's better just use the car, honestly.
Yeah. Just saying for info.
Yeah, but if people here small, they might take the spot.
Yeah, exactly.
The car's stuck. I got the car stuck.
Go around.
The car stuck. I got the car stuck. Go around.
If this river goes up,
Kimchi gonna pop that res onto enemy.
It's a jump tower. It's a rotate towards the north. You can see they've already got an area, set their sights on it towards the black sand. And I like the divert, maybe make sure you've got the health, especially when you know that that team is still trying to rotate out of down east.
All right, Falcons. Out and ahead here. It's still a very hard cross. We got to remember the fact that this is still through the choke point that you see out ahead of them.
if you hear a walk around, just call us back though.
Okay. Are going for your shit? Yep.
Put this up on the back.
That might reach you. It might be short.
Oh, fine. Hey, there's a team climb command. I'm gonna go back right away.
Command, Team Lightning. They're still holding that.
That was actually a good
Well,
play.
ends there. I think we
They're
need
gonna
to
be
slam
very
one, yeah.
close to purples now.
It'd have to be this one that we slam, no?
Yeah, it has to.
The team above you is scanning you with drone.
Is it possible? possible.
Who's Raven? It's not Raven. There's no way. What do we
I
think it is?
mean, I've seen Raven play though.
It doesn't take an evil genius to figure out this. No.
Is that what they're saying
No,
right now?
no,
'Cause
no,
right
no,
now,
that's just
okay, I was gonna say phony. Meanwhile, picking up reads, EMP going out. We are just
What
out
the fuck
here
are we
wreaking
watching?
Havoc below. Dynasty drops down. You got the Akimbo Mozambiques with the hammer points, of course.
All
They're
right.
still taking too much damage. What are we gonna do about it?
Hey, it might be damage down for Dynasty.
Holy
Nano does
shit,
so
wait,
in
lasers
response.
goes
Blink,
down.
Though. Dang, double knocks out here. Oblivion showing up well why they pick off 2 wins in our series as a whole here. Now with full resets, they're in the driver's seat for this fight. Evac position out there. Nano with a response as well. Gonna get that full wipe potentially for a shield swap or battery. Either way, hope for the push above.
I did some perusing on the Reddit.
Okay.
And I saw some interesting concepts.
Oh my
Meanwhile,
God.
pioneers.
That's okay. They're
little
already.
bit of things where they're pioneering.
Yeah.
Okay, answering
Okay.
back, grabs reps, but I don't know if it's enough. I like that we're using the wall and the piercing spikes to try and stick a res, and that way, well, knuckle clusters, man, they can hurt. Burn, baby, burn. Here comes the fire.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
That's the benefit of fuse right there.
Jet, run, Jet! Oh my gosh. It's KCP, picked apart, nade spam galore there. But
Yeah,
even
truly
bigger
fucked.
is
Wow.
the bleed wipe all the way in 18th.
Just go loot it. There's hammers here. Close, wait. Close, walking up.
Wait, we can kill him.
Reed's getting the respawn here. Reed's Nano Blink all up now. OBVN full 3 stack. It's huge. It's a good
It's the
team.
lover's script. And if you want to know what that means, you can go look on Reddit. I do a little bit of reading.
I'm gonna look that one.
That's a very solid team. OBVN being a full 3 stack is bad for the rest of this lobby. Let's see what LG is doing. LG, honestly, in a very solid spot in circle.
I just don't know how we get there. There's a team playing the low ground spot as well, and a team on the high. It's like pretty impossible. It would be sketchy as fuck with no cow wall.
I mean, I believe it's pulling away from them, so they might be in a
Back
shitty
to-
spot as
Back
they
to
try and
other
rotate in.
information
But
here. We'll see what they can do. Obviously, it's a bit of a hard one. We talk about getting up.
If they have
that
an evac,
wall
they
of
should be able
cliffs,
to
trying
rotate in
climb
pretty
up through
quickly.
the hillside. I mean, there's a reason we're talking about 20th right now with this roster. Something that hasn't been highlighted today from Complexities. Yesterday, at least I was seeing them play for some strong positions. This time around, just hasn't been much to count home here. For Falcons, wide
my
rotates,
God.
they opt to go northern side. Not something you see very, very often or get to
Oof.
highlight for Elevate. They're more than happy to pick up the pot shots.
Yeah.
Oh,
So is State.
Lou gets
Yeah,
fucking
Tony
knocked.
Out here looking for Lou, and it's the jump down to hit the punch, the res, the gold knockdown. It's a recovery. Will be fine regardless. It's
Gold
just
knockdown
trying
there is
to
so
take someone from
important.
a distance, and next thing you know, you get picked up.
Enemy
for
gets put
complexity.
down.
You know,
Oh my god, that's. You guys allow. No.
Kimchi puts down the bang ult.
Come down to you, Kim.
Okay.
Takes a little bit too much damage.
Yeah, come.
Biggie.
Oh my god, and Cap just gets absolutely one tapped. I mean, that's just done. And Complexity is going to go down here. GG's. I'm not really sure what the play was there.
You can just like also like fight this side. Can't get a wrench on him.
That was confusing. That was confusing and bad.
2 cells.
Players know me. Sometimes Hal's
Alright,
like,
so
what's
TSM is
up?
going to be in a
That guy,
fantastic
speaking
spot.
of him,
Prod is going to be in a
eliminated.
decent spot.
Dang,
Season,
Caster Curse
Urice,
for
and then we're going to be in a
real.
good
Elevate out
spot.
here still hitting that route.
Falcons eliminated.
We're having too much
Really?
fun. Elevate. It's a good investment.
That's
though. I
kinda
appreciate them
ridiculous,
finally
huh?
sealing.
Gonna have it.
I think TSM is in the winning spot for this game, for sure.
You back, get that out, get that out. Get that out, get that.
Not gonna make it, Flash. They might land in a stupid spot.
They're not even taking it, they're just going over the wall.
Yeah,
Res.
they're behind.
We need to
Yeah, they're gonna slide down.
I don't hate where OBVN is.
They might go to Tubby, but
Where are they going? Why are they running away from zone? What's happening here? Who are they holding out? Are they holding out somebody?
It's like lay up on this.
coming.
Dead.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Shoot him, get a shot.
Yes, this.
Might be getting walked on from west.
Yeah,
What?
both sides,
How the
both sides.
fuck did they know that that guy was there?
Yeah, I will.
I don't see anything left.
That's crazy.
Might too.
We don't
DF
need to worry,
did?
just fight on the north, like,
It's a crypto Watson.
Yeah, we have time.
We talk about the acceleration of a lobby when pressure is on the line.
I gotta kill us. I gotta kill us.
Yeah, we need to get a wall facing north or east.
Back, it's full safe on me. Full safe on me. You have to crouch here.
It's not a terrible spot.
Yeah, their drones
But
on
yeah, I mean, the fact that TSM is controlling both of the nuts over here is crazy. I guess they do have the swaps from KCP now just sitting there.
It seems
Probably a
also
good
about-
amount of, you know, loot to comb through.
outside of the top 4, and we haven't been able to get the results that we saw early on in yesterday. But if you made it to the top 12 here, you're in striking
Fenix
distance. We just
team
need
having a
to team-wise
Devo
get
out of
high
care
position
packy is
for the end. We should
crazy.
be
Good for
kind
them.
of correcting that day 2 performance.
Bin, Artini.
They got some
And
time, but
I-
ultimately, it's that
what is
classic
that,
over the
Iworth?
edge. There's always a chance
Alright.
for them to
I don't
come
know
up
those
on
guys, but-
potential third parties like this. Yup, with big investments
Yup.
down in one. Zach Mazer fully thirsted,
Moist
perfectly put into the
and
pocket of Duplex.
Prod going
Pull
at it
off a
right now.
revive, barely dodges out, but instead is picked apart by the nade from below and unable to survive the Mozam onslaught. E8 will finally
Feeds face
be
and
eliminated
dies.
there. C9 does try to provide a
Holy
bit of angle.
shit.
They're gonna
Hey, we cannot let a team go over here, Evan. You get ready to bang with us. You can help me, Evan. We can hold this team perfectly.
Think I should get this nut?
No.
No.
No. You think I should give this up? No. Definitely don't give up the nut.
If you just still hold over there, bro, you should be good.
Try not to force the fight.
They walled up here.
Fuck, I can fuck really bad. People here.
That team walling up there is a good idea. They'll have nobody on their backside. The height that they have is pretty safe, so. Now, Shubi Tubi and C9 are going to have to rotate, so we can watch their rotate. Reeds and them have to rotate. Sweet Dreams are currently rotating. Where do we go?
Crossing down to the generator. I'm getting into the generator.
I don't like this call. I don't like this call.
Move. Okay, moving.
They gotta get a gen down
With that team coming
immediately,
behind us.
and they have to make sure that gen doesn't get doesn't get shot out.
When they slide down, then when they fight the
The Newcastle team above us is sitting right.
Look at watch out. If we knock one up there,
We got Nox coming through.
They're red armor.
We need to like wipe down that.
I'm an idiot. They're in a shit spot.
Phoenix team eliminated.
Like up here.
Yeah. Shit them.
No, I don't.
Pop up yourself. Pop up.
Keon fighting. Baxlon dead. Madness last up. Madness getting shot in the back.
I'm gonna be honest.
We should clear top. Yeah, we should.
Shubi Tubi.
We need to get to their spot, okay? Team that we just killed. There's people to our right. We need to get to their spot. The team that we just killed.
C9 walking in slowly, killing teams as they do.
He's pulling again.
He's pulling, not with gold.
I'm walking up on the heady. I'm getting nades.
Yup, eliminated Prodigy, Duplex, then dead. Sykes a bullet, Sykes goes down, Funk, Flesh.
They might hit that.
Funk dead!
Holy fuck, man.
Sweet alone!
Biggest hill of all time.
Stay there. Jump in there. It's you. Wait. No.
Reeds and them fighting, Blink goes down, Reeds dangerously low.
Res.
Goes for the punch, Nano cleans that up. Stallion's eliminated. Nano cleaned up, dead. Sweet. Arguably the greatest rat I've actually ever seen in my life. Will not be surprised if he goes top 2 here.
This team is right up here. Actually, crazy rat spot on me.
He's getting shot at already. He's definitely gonna die. There's no way he
There's a
survives.
crazy spot on me, sweet, like in a cactus.
What?
He res me.
What the fuck is this? What the fuck? He's literally in a cactus, bro. He's in a palm tree.
You just stick it? Okay.
Yeah. No,
I mean, I don't know if you can shoot. If you can shoot. Oh, no, just here then.
Oh yeah, he's dead.
Okay.
GG's.
I should not have gone there.
Yeah, he should have not gone there.
Who needs it? You need
That
Bangle?
was
You
a
need Bangle?
terrible call.
Yeah, I did.
Here, go home and I'll take some. Okay.
You didn't drop them.
Are you safer? Are you safer there? I'm gonna
Bro,
wall some.
pick up a helmet.
Oh my god.
And he doesn't have a helmet. I don't think he
Dude, I'm
has a
getting
helmet.
fucked by nades. They're pushing.
Yeah, do this.
What team is that?
Come on. Come two.
And Evan
watch
is
this
just
low, watch this low.
farming. Shuby's team dies. That's C9 dead, and TSM is gonna just walk in for this win. Come on!
SM, take that
Let's
win.
fucking go.
This is what they need to get them
Just so
back
good.
into the top 4.
That is it.
I mean,
That
what? We've
right
got
there,
one
that
more
was
game left, and
perfect
TSM just
circumstance
popped
for
off.
TSM, and they deliver an incredible blow when it most counted here. Let's get Dia back into it because with one final game to go, there's a lot on the line.
That's my prediction, man. Those are my boys. All right, very excited after seeing that TSM win, and interesting. A lot to talk about, a lot to break down off of it as well. As soon as we can, I want to take a look even back at that game because it emphasizes something that I thought was really fascinating here.
I don't like how
Oblivion
they.
Tiff.
I
know
wish
TSM
the games
took
were
them
closer
out,
together.
but
I don't want to say
Oblivion
anything about their commentating or their
recognized
casting.
exactly what had been
I
mentioned
don't want to say
in the
anything
break
negative
before the
towards
game,
their
and that is that
commentating or their
they very
casting,
much
but I
need
will
to
say that I
win,
wish that the
not
games were
just
closer
come in
together.
second. The fact that they play
You
height
take
for
whatever
so long
information you want
before
from
getting
that,
taken
okay?
away by TSM was a bit heartbreaking for me.
It really was, but you know what? You walk away with that team
Fuck
wipe.
is
You
that
grab
guy
those
doing?
eliminations,
Guy's not
regardless,
real.
getting those to at least kind of count towards your score line because it's like they either win with +5 or more eliminations or they go out with a donut. So the fact is
Dark
we
Knight,
still get
Voodoo,
eliminations
and
on
who
the
was the
board to
last
carry that
person on
momentum. Now
5-star?
granted, whatever that score line looks like, you still only have one more chance to walk away with some of that $10,000.
Jelly,
Scary thing, and that's where our
Voodoo,
leaderboards really start to matter. So separate.
Voodoo,
Let's take a look at
Voodoo,
what that game
and-
changed for our teams.
Is it Dark?
All right, well,
Kite?
TSM, phenomenal for them.
Or
We
is it
already
Dark
understand that this is the performance that should cement them, but for 5-star,
Genuinely
it's
have no
not a
idea.
team we've highlighted very much. That 17-point scoreline, that should also push them into the discussion as well. After,
21
I mean,
points is
really
fantastic.
hanging on for dear life throughout this entire series.
17 for
5-star,
5-star is
you know,
really
they,
great too.
I was remembering
13
their
from
beef up
OBVN,
in the
great
north
game.
with EA
9 from
World's
Yup,
Edge,
awesome.
so,
11 from
you know,
Cloud9,
seeing
good,
that and maybe
good.
a little bit of celebration in chat. Maybe chat's just a bunch of 5-star fans. Could be it. Could be it. That's my pet theory. Looking at the
Literally
bottom
never
of our
heard of 5-star
leaderboard, teams
before.
that did not quite.
I mean, except for
find
Steel Series,
success
I.
in this penultimate game of the
Oh, I mean, I guess they are a
Phoenix,
challenger circuit team, but
Elevate, D-Gap, most hated, Falcons, surprisingly. I say surprisingly.
They're new, aren't
but
they?
I mean,
They
there is
did
a lot
not
going on
do
with the team
challenger
right now,
circuit.
namely playing from a bunch of different locations. So
Year
I'm
3.
not too upset about it.
or year 2.
Me neither.
Seems alright.
Me neither.
Seems alright.
Suspicious as fuck.
This is where the magic happens, Tiff.
It really
talking
is.
through this leaderboard.
Weird.
Yeah, triple digits for
Weird.
Bleed.
Good for
Look,
them, though.
13 points ahead of Elevate, but TSM,
Pioneers
like
are
we
gonna
saw from
fall
that
to
win,
8th.
they
TSM is
jump
gonna move
on
up to
Yup
3rd.
with 84 points here, but you've got
5-star holding
5-star
true
with
right in the
81
middle.
and Luminosity,
That's
like you said,
crazy.
Dia or Zephyr. This is the first time we're seeing
This
them
is
really
so
slip out
ridiculously
of that
close.
top
87,
4. When you think
85,
about
84,
where they
81.
started at the, what is it, like just around 62 points,
Yeah.
I think, at day number 1. That means we've only gotten 13
This is pretty tight,
points
too.
across 5 maps.
67, 66, 60.
This is
I'm sad
is
because
tough.
that was like their average for the first 3 games yesterday.
We
Got another
we went
close
so close
split
there
right
for
here,
Luminosity,
51, 49,
and now it has
48,
just been
46.
a burden to bear. This last game still offers the chance, especially with
I don't know why,
variable
but Zephyr's
performances from
voice
the
is
likes
very
of TSM, Yup, and even 5-star for them to work their way back into it. But it has to
in
be
my fucking
their
ear.
best game
I
of
don't
the
know.
day on a day where they just haven't been representing. I do want to highlight the fact, though, that we look at teams like Oblivion all the way down to Native Gaming. It's not easy, especially with teams kind of working their way into it, but 24, 25 points off an insane game does potentially offer a chance. I would
I'm
like
much
to
more
put that
tired than I
cutoff
thought
maybe
I
a bit
was.
closer towards Purple Slushy and Pioneers. The rest of the lobby, I'm sorry to say, I think it just might be too late.
Yeah, you've got to have the game of your lifetime, the game that would like break a lot of Apex records if you want to really jump that far. And that's what 12 game series do, is they do set the points total at the end and then going into the final game pretty incredibly high for a lot of teams that are out of reach of that. But it doesn't keep things away from the
Usually
fact that
makes the last
second
game in a
through
series
fourth
like
place
this pretty much a free-for-all, because unless you're at the very top, it does not matter. You are just trying to get as many points as possible to try and get money.
They could still lose a couple $1,000s off of a misplay.
Yeah, and that's a very real possibility.
So, like,
Come down to
unless you
absolutely
are,
one point earlier in today, Zephyr was talking
I guess,
about how we thought
first, second,
fourth place was
third, or
gonna be around
fourth,
that 80
to
point
split
threshold.
that
We've already
10K
surpassed
in
that
some
with
amount.
one game to go. So we are constantly forcing our teams in this lobby to level up if they want to place in the 10,000
Yeah, you may as well just
cash.
go
So
kind of
for
feed
teams that are
face
on
and
the
get
cusp,
some
I don't even
points.
feel like E8, TSM, yup, you may be in that top 4 right now alongside Bleed, but you're separated by 3 points, and 5-star has 81 points, 3 points outside of the top 4. So it's all entirely too close for me.
No,
I'm really
I like it
anxious
too
to
close.
see how our teams that are sitting a little bit
Kinda
outside
fire.
the likelihood of prizing Zephyr are going to play this game, because they can
Yeah.
cause a lot of craziness in the final game of the day.
You guys remember when we made match point as an option for formatting tournaments? Well, this is probably one of the biggest reasons why. Complexity. Most hated Stallions,
Oh, I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna
the
eat
day
dinner.
is done. There's no way for them to come back into it, and it makes for such
Oh,
a
I don't wanna
fearful
go to
lobby
sleep
because when
early.
your teams have
What a glorious
nothing
day.
to lose,
What a glorious day, chat,
literally
right?
nothing, and they're just playing it
What a
out.
time to be
Yeah, you can
alive.
get some extra practice, but
Truly.
ultimately it changes the way these teams play. They do not treat it the same instance of how they send these teams. Inting becomes a thing, and ultimately for those who are searching for the point standing, like Bleed, like Yup, like Luminosity, it gets very, very difficult if you find yourself up against the wrong squad.
$10,000 are on the line. This final game is what you need to clinch your last positions and get yourself into the prizing. There's a lot to be gained, Zephyr, but there is a lot to be scared of as we jump into our final game. So I'm going to hand this one off to you and Tiff to take us through the last game in the Steel Series Invitation.
Okay.
No, I was just gonna sit here and smile. I'm like, it's the last game. It is so close. This is everything that we've been looking for the past 2 days, Zephyr, and I don't even know where my brain is going. I'm like, this could go so many different ways. If we see Luminosity fall early in this final game, they're completely out of the cash. 5-star, everything.
Okay.
Do or die.
Depending on where
However,
this
if you
pulls,
come
is
back from
probably
Furia,
going to be
I
a
don't think
south
that's gonna
zone.
be
I mean, assuming that
surmountable
it
at
pulls
this point
towards
in time. Maybe
Pylon
like
or
30+
Devastated.
points, and it's kind of a bit too much.
All right, let's go through it here. Ultimately,
Not
let's
gonna
look at this
pull
early
towards
position
Cedo.
because it's kind of
It
important.
could pull towards
We're going
Stormpecker.
back down towards that southern east side. Teams like Bleed right on the cusp there.
Fuck, man.
They've got a bit
I
of
don't know
distance
why
to
I'm
cover
tired.
over on the edge of checkpoint. They'll have to make a jump.
Because I didn't nap.
TSM from above, same situation.
It's 'cause I
Yup,
didn't fucking
you know,
nap.
a bit of a mixed bag for them as well. There's no
Alright, let's
real
see
solid.
how Sweet and them are doing. They should have good loot here.
It's probably just launch
They're in
pad
the middle
zone.
of zone as well. Wait, where is this
Right
pulling?
now, 68 points.
Pulling towards
Definitely
launch pad.
in a place where they
Fantastic.
can make the exchange to put themselves in potential
Enemy
for
and
third or
complexity,
even
and then we're
second
gonna be in a
off an incredible game.
Fantastic
Could
zone,
have
and
an
so
opportunity.
are
Everyone else-
Reeds and the boys.
Yeah, you should go loot. You should go loot. Go loot that after.
Kimchi.
That's all.
Deeds.
Loot, go loot. We're gonna go there after. Okay, that's all.
I need a fucking backpack, man.
And I don't think they have Beacon.
No looting.
So they're actually not going. Are they getting
Backpack
no?
on you?
There's a wild one here.
I don't think
There's
they know.
Prowler's Nest for Oblivion that they really.
Yep.
Get back there, get back there.
Should have known.
Hit it now. Hit it now.
My launch. We can definitely get to that backside. Okay, there's that beacon.
Yeah. Can you start working to my side? Can you guys start working to my side? Okay, balloon. Just catch up. Just to get to me. We're not gonna need both of them right now.
The Badger needs to need.
Okay.
Level
3x here.
I can take 3 if you want, Jet. I have 1 to 2.
I mean, yeah, what, a 13-point differential between
is my
them
cat
and
doing?
Elevate. They've already made their
Cat, what are
way
you crying?
on over to Echo HQ.
What are you crying
Like
for?
to be expected.
There's something there.
Reeds and them, OBVN have hit the zone, or hit the beacon. They know where zone is. They're going to just set themselves up on the edge. They're going to put down a wall.
Yeah, just F it.
Interesting play.
Yeah, man. Doesn't juice it there. It's kind of sketch, but.
I guess Reeds is just going to sit right here and effectively try and hold teams. They're going to try and hold teams out and push them out. But to throw down a wall already? Not just stand here then wait to wall later? Or at least wall in the direction he's facing right now to show presence. Wall the other side in, assuming a team actually starts fighting you in that direction. Kimchi and them fighting Pathfinder gets a knock onto a Newcastle.
Newcastle hitting something on the roof.
Wait, Newcastles are fighting. Holy shit, that's Furia.
Climbing, I think, climbing.
Oh.
Climbing. Holy shit.
My god, dude. They just got, Native just got ran through.
I needed to land on those arcs.
That was so bad, man. That was so bad for me.
This is a 2v3 scenario. Noct and Raven, they have to pull this off as a duo.
I did say that teams were going to feed face if they weren't in the top,
so no chance of
top 3, top 4.
For them and no money either.
But the fact that they're, oh my god, Bleed is on a 100-point game. They could potentially lose out on their first place.
I'm sorry?
They're only 13 points up over second. So...
Everyone let that slide by.
They're a duo right now. They can craft, but they can't go anywhere because they are game devastated.
Out of this one for now. Remember, it is a comp that does revolve around that Newcastle. It's not a perfect rotation. They got evac available. They could always pull away from this fight.
I don't like this. I don't like this fight for them
at all. This is such a hard position to hold on to.
Already getting knocked onto Nick.
Phoenix team running into some issues as well. Worth down
oh, it's Phoenix team. I was gonna say I'm not really sure what team that is.
Let's see if we can get Worth back up on.
How the fuck? Oh. How does he see me through that smoke?
Maybe we can make a full
me playing COD, smoking out, and getting absolutely lasered from across the map. Like, what the fuck?
Zach, barely a whisper would end this man's life right now. Chased out away, Guild almost broken as well. I like the positioning on the other angle of Launchpad. Red Room, though, is such an
early
investment.
Good nade.
Zach down, Funk. This is the start of what could be the end here. They get the break on the drone, but Lou is already taken back.
The fact that that's a knock on the Newcastle is huge. Oh my god, dude, they're just sitting there eating that fucking third.
One good take, one good angle, and that could be it for Elevate. For both of our top 2 rosters,
they're not gonna push
the worst possible scenario you could be in right now.
That's kind of fucking wild.
If you want
oh my god, another knock, dude. They've got it. Okay, they are pushing that. There's no way they don't, right?
You guys just fight it. I'll come in a second. Yes. No, he res, Funky res, I think. No, he's actually one guy. You're right. You're right.
Got him. Holy fuck, they're not shit.
Okay, they get the knock. They get the team wipe. E8's eliminated.
Bro,
I was about to say, there's just
behind us was 3D.
There's just no way.
At 87 points, it's only 3 points for TSM. It's only 4 points for Yup, and it's only 8 points for 5-star. That is nothing. When we talk about averages that these teams are searching for, it almost feels like a guarantee in this lobby that we might see Elevate drop out of the top 4.
You were just out here preying on downfalls of everyone that could usurp you, and we'll start with 5-star.
Oh,
right?
you've got to prey on the downfall of teams. You got to prey on the downfall of every team, because it's not really preying on the downfall of that team. It's you want other teams that are doing not necessarily as well to have a great game and pop off.
They're on the pillar where the fucking beacon's at.
Makes that shit exciting. Makes tournaments like this the most exciting thing ever. Because it does matter. Like every single game matters from game 1 to game 12.
Safety. Feel a bit more confident.
Well, I'm feeling confident for TSM, just a few points outside of second place, and you know, they've showed up, they've awoken, and after that,
no, TSM's actually playing very well. They're playing so well in the last couple games.
Match. It's really set the course of action here for them.
Remember, TSM got held out from the northern side literally identically. We saw them take fights against KCP. Last time they were above this choke.
Pull 3 there. The building team might have just.
KCP holding But looks to be
Blue's
far
there,
outside.
Blue's up there, so.
Devastating. Kimchi now fighting.
One shot.
Cap and an enemy are going down. It's just gonna be Kim left. He's gonna opt to just dip the fuck out. Popping a bat for 110% of a cell is crazy.
Right, if a team like takes the left side, okay, like just give it up and like come.
A lot of teams deciding to just play the edge here. A lot of our POVs playing the edge. Purple Slushy playing the edge. LG in, Furia in, Shubi in. TSM playing edge, KCP playing edge, Kimchi playing edge, and OBVN playing edge.
Raven almost got knocked.
Oh, it's because we were talking about the enemies to lovers trope that I had witnessed on the social media sites that were talking.
All right, hold on. I'm going on Reddit.
Raven
I can't do this right now.
I'm not gonna say who people think it is. You have to do your own research.
It's Yanya, chat. I'm gonna cut to the chase.
Wow.
1 hour ago, posted by Intentions10 on Reddit. Yanya potentially trialing playing with Bleed. Bangalore's IGN is Raven. Oh, wait, what is this? What a turn for the biggest rivalry in ALGS. Knocked versus Yanya from rivals to teammates, maybe even enemies
No
to lovers.
fucking
The script writers
chance
this year have been
this
on point.
Raven
The
is
enemies to lovers
Yanya,
trope
right?
and a Kimchi solo out in Echo.
That's crazy.
Well, we'll see. I'm not going to count my chickens before they hatch here. Dynasty sending it forward. Knocked on the other angle, pulling up for one. A 2v2 situation for Bleed. Raven looking to stick the bat, and man,
Oh my
Knox
God.
is almost able to find initial knocks again here. Can they pull for revive on drop? Your Newcastle going down early is always the worst situation, but they've secured laser and full. But E-Kittens have arrived.
Uri's.
And they are angry, let me just
Yeah,
tell
Uri's
you.
is
The
100%
Nemesis is just
third
eating
party
from
shit out of
afar.
that.
They've done enough damage to allow themselves to push
This man is just
that high ground away from them. Knocked
eating
falls, and it is
Storm.
just Raven
munching it.
left standing.
Shot out on the edge there. With smokes available, could stick for revive, but it instead
Bleed
is
eliminated.
caught with their pants down. It is the E-Kittens, the third-party Tigers here to come in and cement Bleed.
That's terrible. Terrible joke.
That's all there's like it too.
Joke was bad enough for me to change that
They
fucking
res in
shit.
DC as well.
Maybe we fly over and play for a finger and launch.
Kimchi getting
They could play that or something. It's either us
reses
or-
onto his teammates. Fantastic play. What they're actually going to do from here is really interesting because once they get into this circle, they have a really shitty hold. And there's going to be teams on the wall, on beacon, at least teams,
I mean, we could try to play
like
over here.
at least
I
multiple
can
teams
evac
right
us these
there.
guys and we go there.
Not really in a scenario where they can take top four. Falcons, they're the team on the opposite angle of this one. Damage down, but
Yeah,
nothing
Falcons
much
are
to
going
write
to
home.
have to see Kimchi in them on the top
It's
right,
kind of
right?
interesting to see what
No
could
way.
potentially happen from Bleed's early exit here, and Zero connecting those shots,
Kim.
not able to grab the knock though. Kind of unfortunate. I feel like we were so close to making that happen for the Falcons with 46 points.
Kimchi.
You have to realize we're going to need
Oh,
40
what a
plus
play.
points for them to
Not a
make it to
bad
the top
play.
four. So we talked about
See where they land. Oh my god, and it is a bad play. I spoke way too soon. Enemy last up. Cap dead. Kim dead.
I'm safe here right now, but they're probably gonna push you.
And they're all dead. GG's. Not much to do about that one. Who is that? Reeds? Was that Reeds that just took them out?
Don't fully leave me, Blink.
You're good, you're good.
I think
you
it
just, like,
was.
slam the wall there.
Where?
really went. I feel like you were trying to make
Kinda
zone
looks like
that
the
work
right
for
positioning
Falcons,
for
though.
that
I really
fight.
want them to take this fight here as long as
Oh.
they can find those angles. And we hit for about 50 right there, which means we take more damage than we dealt. Kind of unfortunate, but the piercing spikes the changes here. And more Hal on
All right.
Catalyst.
Good talking to you, Cat.
Slow.
KCP.
In 2 seconds. 3,
1.
2.
Dieters and the
1,
boys.
Now. I didn't see how fast zone was closing. It was moving pretty slow. This team kind of got walked on. What's our left look like a little bit?
Fishbowl's still open though.
Yeah, we'd probably go fishbowl. Go fishbowl.
Two teams in the building. Bathtub with a loader on.
You're gonna have to.
One guy's alone on the like.
You're gonna have to play the right
Take a
side.
ball here,
God.
Fine on me. I'm fine on me for now.
The height can like.
Above us.
Oh, fuck me.
15, 50.
I'm just trying to play my life.
This
We're on
Loki
a timer here.
sucks.
We need to get out of here.
This
The
sucks.
sewer's
We need to take
open?
their bottom floor. Yes, we need to take their bottom floor.
They have a fence there. It's not like.
Can we shoot drone out?
Yep.
They have
Med kitting.
EP.
I got a med kit.
I'm gonna look. I'll look for it.
Break the door.
They're kicking it
Kicking
out.
door. They're kicking door. I wanted to take. We needed to take that. I think.
They're mighty in.
Yeah,
sewer's
that's,
open on
I
my
low-key
skin.
Maybe
hate that
No
fucking
nades, no
play.
nades.
Danger zone. We are going dead set center in the
TSM
open. There's a
going
bit of a
crazy.
rock out there, but that is a horrid finish outside of the building.
Yeah, we didn't even get a chance to talk about where this.
Okay. I don't have nades, but I'm trying to see what
Motherfucker.
Heat up insanely quick. I would love to see TSM
Yep.
clear this team
I'd
out from above
love
them, but
that.
when you've got the drone information, the massive shot
1, 2.
connecting, and it has to be reps
Oh, the
with the
fuse play
cleanup
there is
here.
actually so smart.
That's good. They still have the issue of 1. This doesn't answer the question. D-Gap is officially down, but there are still so many teams to the south that TSM have
It's a
to worry
really
about.
good
They
play
host
there
themselves
by
a
TSM.
current position
I mean,
in
TSM
second, now
looking like
pushing
they're in their
E8
final
down
form type
even
shit, you know what I mean?
further on
MH
the
dead.
board. This is dangerous.
It is. It really is. Most hated has fallen as well, down to 14.
Wait, we just gotta make sure. Oh, hi, speaker.
Yeah, we can go late for sure.
Sweeten them in a
Bang on
really shitty position, if you ask me.
What do you think?
Okay.
I mean, at least KCP
Can
is
we do it
like
early? We can
semi-close
go
to
now,
zone.
Potentially, we can go now before everyone starts funneling. Yes. Can we wall? Can we wall?
Alright, I'll come up.
We're gonna climb and smoke. Building.
On the first floor.
Run on the right. Run on the right. And climb. Climb here.
I'm at a door.
I'm on height. I'm calling him Moby.
No smoke. Oh, this is. We gotta play here. We gotta play small here
This
for now.
fucking blows. What the
We're on a timer. We're on a timer.
fuck
Once the
is this
top-
called?
Okay, listen. Once the top building's out, we gotta take space.
Zip
We gotta zip done.
Yep.
Flash. Nice. Play the corner. Play your corner. I'll come to you.
What the fuck? Fury just flew in and died for that. What the fuck was that? Dude, what?
He's up.
Jen goes down.
Watson's dead.
Yeah, I'm playing with you.
Amu gets a knock.
There's two
Amu
knocks.
gets another knock.
Come up to the gen.
Watson and Bang on the other team are dead. It's going to be a 2v1 for them.
Try to rest,
They are getting third party though. It's a swap.
Fucking torch. Never mind. Okay.
Deeds is last up.
You might be able to.
LG gets eliminated.
Climb down. Nice job.
Right side.
Oh my god, and
My bad.
KCP is
Fuck,
eliminated.
Dude, I was getting fried from that side.
I think that's TSM on top. Yeah, TSM is going to be on top.
Picking. Yeah, you're good.
E-Kittens also eliminated top 6.
Are we gonna play backside or a building or no?
TSM on like 5 kills at least right now, if not more. Top 6. They're looking pretty good. Yup, eliminated. Top 5 now for TSM. See Reeds and Keon dead.
Looking.
Looks like Purple Slushy is still up, and so is Shuvi and the boys.
He can get like a 7 damage.
Come to me, we go through a single door.
They're all.
Come to me, we go through a single door.
They're all second.
Just come to me.
Come in.
Is there team bottom? There's team bottom too.
There's two teams. We can't do it.
There's 2 teams. Turn back side.
Evan
Is there a team out here on the wall or no?
playing with fire right there by dropping down.
Kill these teams walking in, then we just die, bro. We can't win this game.
Yeah. They're killing. Denying.
Pick a second.
Go second.
Oh my god, and there's no way, bro.
Smoking that, I'm kicking. Coming.
Batting.
Yeah, they've got to play. They've got to play for these kills. 100% play for the kills.
They're calling roof.
Good shots.
They're full 3 up.
Adam dead.
TSM dead. Shubi dead. It's going to be Purple Slushy sitting on the outside, hopefully holding. Yes, good shots. Holy shit.
Watch my side. They're coming.
They are indeed coming.
They're running at us. Killed one.
Oh my god, that Newcastle just ran straight at Bullet like he was Iron Man. He was not. He died immediately. That was... Bullet dies immediately. Pluto now taking a fucking...
Falcons, but 5-star come in clutch.
5-star with the win?
The first one
Fuck
of
me,
the
I
tournament
guess. I don't know
now. We
who...
only can say that the
I have
leaderboard
not
is in
heard of
shambles
5-star
right now.
before
The
Steel
leaderboard
Series
is
and
in
Challenger
shambles,
Circuit
Zephyr.
of
You know,
this
for a fact
split,
for Bleed,
but
they just
honestly,
picked up a ton here, and it was a
fantastic
massive return for TSM
match
that was
set from them. They have
absolutely in
played
second there.
absolutely
Barely caught what might be
amazingly
potential
for a
for the most
Challenger
part.
Circuit
Pretty
team
sure
that's
they
playing against
didn't.
pro-level
Big question
teams.
for
They are
me is
doing
between Yup
a
and 5-star.
fantastic job. Good for them. Good for them, good for them, good for them.
Well, I know who could potentially have the answers for us. Dia, I'm going to summon you because the time is now $10,000. Look at your face. Yeah.
5-star with a 6-kill win. Falcons with an 11-kill
was,
second
yes, as you
place.
say,
Purple Slushy
I
with
think,
2 kills in third.
game
TSM
that
with
has thrown the
6.
leaderboard into
Sorry.
shambles. You say I
4th
have
place with
answers.
1. C9,
I
5th
don't
place with
have
1.
them yet,
Or, sorry.
but I
TSM,
will.
4th place
But
with
I
6.
will. I will
C9, 5th
bring
place with
all of
1.
those answers together, and I think
Yup,
that's what
looks like they got 6 with
process
6.
is.
Actually, a really solid
that
game.
last game
Ekin 7 and 3.
from 5-star, fantastic. Cannot wait to
Phoenix
see how it
team,
turned out. But before
8
we do that,
with what was it, 2?
I wanna take
And
a
then
look.
OBVN 9
because it
and
was
6.
our last game of the tournament, because it was the last game of the weekend.
Very
what
solid
a fantastic way to
games.
close things out, and in a pretty difficult circle to play out.
Honestly, I thought that would be like I thought
Yeah,
teams
I mean,
would just
coming
like,
out of Launchpad already in
feed
itself
face
is
a little
difficult,
bit
whether
more,
it falls towards
go a little
Prowlers
bit
or anywhere
crazier.
else. This particular zone at
Honestly,
the very end, there's a reason we only saw
highly
3
enjoyable
teams
tournament.
in their final moments.
Chat,
It
who do we
wasn't even
think?
much
Who do we
past
think is
that.
going to
I
be
mean,
getting
the minute
the
close to that final take there?
getting that first
everyone
place?
had to fight because there
Do we
was
think Bleed
no cover
kept
to
it?
work
Do we
with.
think TSM unseated them?
At this point, I mean,
What do we
there
think?
were also
There's a
so many teams
13-point
looking
split, right,
for
for TSM?
engagements as well.
Or
A
15-point
lot of teams
split?
did a great job of surviving for a very long time. I really liked the way the Purple Slushy were playing things out, but even then, kill points were so
5-star,
important. The
you
Purple
know,
Slushy
with
did have to
18
absorb an
point
engagement that
game there, they should have a
unfortunately
probably
could not
pretty
have
solid
prepared
chance of being in the top
themselves for.
4.
It is just an impossibility, especially in chaotic.
Thank you for everybody that's watching.
Yeah,
if
it
you
really
guys
is. When
are
you start to think
enjoying,
about
don't forget to
TSM
drop a
looking
like
for
on the
more
stream.
eliminations, dropping down,
Subscribe.
fighting
Both are
Cloud9,
totally free. I
allowing
really do
Falcons to
appreciate
take
it.
the
It
high
helps
ground
me
for
out
them.
as a small
You have to
streamer.
think if maybe they had just stayed on height for just a bit longer, they
And like I
could've
said, I
went a
do very
further
much
distance in
appreciate
that
it.
game. Regardless, I respect that they identified they needed as many eliminations as possible to try and knock
Show me
Blue
final
off the
scores.
top. My question is,
Come on.
is Bleed still
Yalla.
at the top of the leaderboard? Are they
Let's
there?
go.
We're gonna
Let's
find
go,
out
man.
soon. Let's take a look at our post-game scores. How many points each team racked up in the end? 5
Woo!
6 kills. Team Falcons, 11 kills, actually bringing them to first in the points,
That was
but not
loud as
first
fuck.
in the lobbies.
Yeah, TSM there with 11.
Falcons with
Another
20 is a
notable
very
Yup
solid
with
game.
9.
18,
These are
9,
the big
11,
names to
5,
watch out for
9.
because as we take a look at the second half of the leaderboard, notably, it was Bleed here early on. They only walked
with
away
1.
with 1 point in that game.
So there really is a chance
It's
that they
notably
got
because Zephyr
unseated
did
here,
first,
right?
though. I just want to
And
make that
yeah,
super
that is,
clear.
it's not their fault. It's completely on Zephyr. And
It is.
I'm sure you'll be reached out to by their legal team. It's been long
No
enough.
way,
12
man.
games. It's been a weekend, and I'll be honest
didn't
with you
do
guys, I've dragged
shit.
this out for this
I didn't
one.
do
Come
any
on,
of
put it
this.
off myself. Let's take a look at the overall leaderboards. After 12 games and a full
I didn't
weekend
do
of play, it's no surprise that Bleed come up in first. But check out that cutoff, Tiff.
I just ripped my headphones
Bleed
out
at
of
101
my
and 5-star at
I'm so
99.
I'm sorry, I was looking at the 2-point
What
difference
the
between Bleed
fuck?
and 5-star. Bleed has
TSM
done it,
at
but the cutoff, like you
96.
said,
Holy shit. Yup at
93 for
93.
Yup, just
That
hanging
became
in
a
there.
much
The fact that
closer
Elevate
tournament than
don't
what we
get
thought, huh?
Any points there for that game. They fall from
I mean,
second
Bleed was
to
absolutely
fifth.
dominating in match
That is-
9,
that is
and
rough,
then
Zephyr.
they I think
It's
only put up
heartbreaking, and
8
it goes
points in
even
the last
further than
3
that. We look at
games.
teams like Luminosity
5-star managed to close
on
like a
today,
36
could
point
not
gap.
put up more than I believe 17
Incredible.
points. Just an absolute. I mean, it's like a different team logged on. All right, and so 6th place, it just not something I would have expected after yesterday's performance.
Yeah, I mean this was really difficult, and it is part of the thing about 2-day tournaments, and it's why I think we've chosen to host one today. or today and yesterday, this weekend, is because it really does challenge teams to be consistent in ways that they're not typically challenged to do, in ways that you really often only see rewarded at international play.
Like a motherfucker.
This is, of course, a totally different level, style of lobby, style of play, as we do have some players who, in order to play with their regional teams, have had to jump in from vacation, things like that. But regardless, being able to do so over 2 days is something that not a lot of teams get the chance to practice, and so it was really cool to see.
Do we
them
know
come out
the
for this
monetary
$10,000
breakdown?
tournament. A big congratulations
To
to
be
Bleed, 5-star
determined.
TSM, and Yup, and of course the biggest congratulations go to Bleed for being our winners. They will walk away with $5,000 to divide amongst them as they see fit.
Oh shit, 5K for the winner.
After I've watched these games, not just for driving the kills, but for driving the conversation.
That's pretty fucking good, huh?
Sorry, I didn't know we were gonna cut back to that. That was my $5,000 dance.
Okay.
Alright, I'm not that. What the fuck is that? I am going to be calling it there, chat. A little bit of a short stream today. I will be calling it there. I'm going to be eating some dinner, watching some football. I will be live the entire week playing Call of Duty Ranked, most likely, and some Unturned with the boys when I see fit. I hope everybody has a fantastic rest of your, weekend. I hope, the football teams that you support win. And, may good fortune befall you and your families, type shit. You know what I mean? Anyways, drop a like, drop a subscribe if you haven't already. Like I said, I really do appreciate it. Thank you for everybody that hung out, and watched a little bit of the tournament with me that I did. Again, have a